Good evening and welcome to Beers and Balls. I think we've clarified now we are actually called Beers and Balls. Well, yeah.
Beers and Balls.
I'm Edison Lane and this
you
is
got
my...
the beers, I've got the balls.
Well, you haven't, have you?
My balls are pretty big.
My bearded friend, Will Davis, as he likes to be called. If you watched the show last week, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. Today, pressures on children reaching that elite level. Now, Will, you stimulated this conversation, and we've had many debates about it. Stimulated. You like that word? Stimulated.
It means something different to me.
Ribbed for the ladies' pleasure. Yeah. You wanted to kind of talk about this because you got a lad. I have two boys, but they're way too young to be playing competitive football. And we want to talk about the pressures. You know, we always talk about what it takes to get to the top.
Personally, I don't think it's talked about enough about how you get there, how many kids actually really want it. You know.
Yeah.
There's a lot there that's not covered in my eyes.
Well, I'm going to start by saying this. I don't think too many kids want it. And this is where I categorise that, right? I'm a coach. I've coached for many years. Loving football, just to change the tone of my voice there, is the difference.
Means a massive difference.
Is the difference. I love football. Now, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Will, but we've just been to watch, a game on TV, right? And your lad was there.
Yeah.
Loves football.
Mm-hmm.
What was he doing most of the time?
On his phone.
There you are, playing on his phone.
Mostly on his phone.
But those that love football would be glued to that game, thinking, what can I learn? What can I take from this 90 minutes of football? And not enough kids do that. Not enough kids watch it. And they all, have their parents moaning about, my kid does this, my kid deserves this. But do they? Do they actually want it? Or are they living their dream through their parents?
I get that. I totally get that. And I agree in this climate that everyone is glued to the phone. But we knock it back, 20 years?
Yeah.
You didn't make it in the academy?
No. I was at Leicester for 5 years and it didn't work out.
What is that?
Do you know what?
Were you on your phone?
No, I wasn't.
So you can't just blame it on the phone.
No.
No. Tell me about your experience with the academy.
My personal experience with the academy. Look, I was playing with Better Eagles Football Club. And
good club, by the way.
They are local. I got picked up when I was 9 at a tournament at Elston Park Football Club in Leicester. Scout Bill Wall approached my dad after one of the games. I scored a worldie, by the way. Jesus. Picked it up on the halfway and then
still remember the goal?
Whacked it in top bins, mate. Gee, it was outrageous. It's my dad's favourite goal.
Really?
Still to this day, dad's favourite goal I've ever scored.
Okay.
And Bill Wall approached my dad, said, look, I want to take him for a trial. Went for a trial, and I got signed. And I was there for 5 years, and generally the 5 years was good. They change coaches every year. As a coach now, do I agree with that? No, but that's a different situation.
We'll cover that on another episode.
So the coaches changed every year. Some I really responded well with. The coaches that were on the kids level. I remember one coach called Rich. Never forget Rich. And Rich at the end of each session used to go, okay lads, come in, and have cones on his ears. Because, we were 10, 11 years old. It made us laugh. It was funny. And I remember him just because of that. Not for any other football, just because
you don't remember anything he teaches. I can't remember anything he taught you.
Anything he specifically taught me. But I remember he had cones on his ears. Because he was funny. He was approachable. He was that kind of coach. Whereas some of them, I remember one other time, but this is for a negative reason. I was suffering with Osgood Slattish, which is obviously what a lot of kids go through.
Osgood Slattish, what is that for everyone that don't know?
It's basically on the front of your knee, just below your kneecap, if you like, on that really solid bit, on your shin, kind of top of your shin. It starts to ache. You go for a growth spurt and it aches. I don't really know the science behind it, to be fair, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right, it's all to do with growth and all that kind of stuff. Your body grows quicker than your joints and bones and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I was getting back to fitness on the treadmill, and at one stage, do you know how you're running, you get sweaty, you kind of air your arms out, right? Well, I did anyway. I was running, and I've kind of gone like that, and the coach, no word of a lie, I was what, 12, 13? He goes, what are you laughing for? You look like an idiot. And I'm like, oh, that's a Leicester City coach. Like, what can I say to him at 12, 13? Can I say, shut up, mate? You know, I can't really say anything to him. I've just got to kind of laugh it off. But that stays with me as a negative.
And that's the reason you run the way you run now?
No, the reason why I run the way I run now is because I've bowed legs. I like to refer myself as like the brown David Beckham, because he had bowed legs. But obviously that's just the way it is. I mean, I've got a wand of a right foot, to be fair, but I'm faster than him, so we're not going to go into that. Yeah, anyway, but
that's not what it's about.
I was at Leicester. I went on there for 5 years. I went there as a striker. And specific stats may evade me, but first season I was top goal scorer. I know that for a fact because you track it. You're a striker.
Yeah, of course
you know what I mean?
As a striker, you count every goal. You count every goal.
The second season, right-footed player. The second season, I went from striker to left mid. It was a very transitional year for me. I was like, okay, what's going on here? I've never played out wide left. Third season, predominantly left mid. Fourth season, left mid, left back. Fifth season, left back. Now, I shit you not, that season I played left back, final season, I scored more goals than our strikers put together. I scored 9 goals that season.
As an overlapping.
As a left wing back.
Were you a wing back or full back?
I was a left back. In them days when I was 14, it was a left wing back. He was like, you are left back. Mm-hmm. And my favourite goal was where I literally drove down, played a 1-2 my left mid, drove in and smashed one top bins. That was when I went, get in there. Now that, coincidentally, was my 9th goal of the season. The 2 strikers put together, combined, scored 8. Yet I was playing left back. So at my mid-season, end of season review, because I'd had a couple of injury issues, obviously I'd only scored 9 and there was a lot going on, they were debating whether to take me to a tournament in Australia. Now, I'm 14 years old, started secondary school. You could argue I've got a bit of a chip on my shoulder, and they're telling me that because you've had a couple of injuries this year, they might not take you to Australia just in case.
As you state there, do you think it is because of the injuries?
No, I'm not going to call it the injuries. Look, at the end of the day, to them, was I good enough? Probably not. To me, was I good enough? Yeah, but in my right position. I wasn't a left back. I wasn't a left-footed player. Do you know what I mean? How am I meant to open up and play one down the channel when I'm not left-footed? I'm not going to be able to do that. Do you know what I mean? It's very, very difficult. And I think that's where, even at our level of coaching, that's where we go wrong. They say don't pigeonhole, which I agree with. Don't put a player in a position just because he's left or right-footed. But with that, you've got to allow error, and at that level, cognitively, can you make that error? Can you make that error without it looking bad on you? I'm playing for Leicester City Academy. They're playing me on the left side. If I open up and shank one out for a throw, I'm going to shit myself. I'm going to think, oh my God, I'm getting released at the end of the season because I can't kick with my left foot.
Just because of one pass.
Just because of one thing. Pass. I'm now going to panic the rest of that game thinking, I'm not confident in doing that and I don't know if I've got time.
And how old are you?
I'm 13, 14 years old.
13, 14 years old.
Yeah. With that mindset of thinking, is me not being able to play with my left foot going to get me released from this academy? And I don't believe a 13, 14-year-old kid should be thinking like that in game.
That leads me to my next question: is do you think they're beneficial? Do you think academies are beneficial to a player?
So look, I have a very, very, very skewed opinion on this, and I'd love to hear your input on this as well.
My head's a bit of a mess. Sorry.
I believe if we look over the years, right? Man United, they had the class of '92, right? Mm-hmm. They all come through. They dominated the Premier League. Dominated Europe, won the treble in them with them players were playing. They were unreal, right? Then you've got the Barcelona of the Busquets, the Piqué, the Iniesta, Xavi, Messi. They all come through the same kind of window, right? I believe the academies look for the one, and they build the team around the one.
Yeah.
What about if we change that mindset and think, well, let's build a team. Let's build a team that have relationships, the left back with the left mid, the right back with the right mid, the centre mids with the centre backs and all that. Let's build a team. And of course, in that team, there's going to be a striker that starts smoking and he goes off the rails. There's going to be a centre half that loses his way and puts on weight. There's going to be a right back that doesn't grow the right way and he's unfortunately not quick enough.
But as a coach at the highest level,
yeah,
doing a team like that, yeah, it's fantastic to win trophies and to show the accolades. But what actually comes through, again, it's one. Yeah, if one.
If one.
I was going to say one or two, but it's not one.
Let's just say 1%.
It's one.
1% all the kids.
One or one.
Yeah, it's not.
So it's at one. So like, what they do is they benefit the one to try and get the best out of him. Is that not the right thing to do?
In my opinion, no. Because you take a kid in and he's 12, right? For argument's sake, he's 12. This is their one. Oh my God, this is their one. He is going to be the next absolute baller. He's going to play for the first team. He's going to make this club millions, right?
Yeah.
We can't control as coaches their external factors, right? He goes to school one day, yeah, gets in with the wrong crowd. All of a sudden, he's turned to drugs. That one is done. He's done, mate. He's finished. So what about the 14 that were just there to support him? Do we change that one? Do we make it a new one? This is why I believe you make a team out of a squad of 18. Just say you get 8 of them together that can go forward.
Is that not like? I know this is probably a higher level than the academies. That's what England's trying to do, isn't it? They're trying to bring through a collective group of players that have played together, that are in your mind all connected together.
Euros, World Cup,
they've all won that and they keep bringing it through.
Yeah.
I know that's England level, it's not academy level.
But the same process.
Is that not what they're trying to do now? So like, I know you're very old, Ellis.
34, by the way.
So like academies, have they changed?
No, they haven't changed.
They haven't changed.
They haven't changed. No, absolutely not. They haven't changed in the sense of, well, to be fair, it revolves, right? You've got a certain period of time where Barcelona were dominating. It was all we want that small technical player and blah blah blah. But the complaint was, I'm not saying this has come from academy coaches or academy people, but the complaint is generally, they're too small. Well, teach that kid how to move against the opponent. Teach that kid how to use his body. You can't kick through a player. Teach him how to use his body against a 6-foot guy. Teach him. We coach. We haven't got a massive squad, but we look at players like players that are on trial now at clubs. How do we play against that big player? How do we play against that massive centre half and we've got a little guy? What do we do? Do we try and go around him some way? Do we receive in front of him and try and pin him and go side on, keep the distance between player and ball as big as possible? Absolutely, that's what we try and tell them. Pin your man. Think about how we can stop him utilising his physicality. But we're very, very quick, because we're focused on the one, to say, no, too small. We need a big lad in that position. We need a big lad in this position.
They're all big lads.
And I know through coaching, right? I've had a coach.
It's probably worth saying that we coach in the Junior Premier League, both of us.
Yeah.
And we're top of the Junior Premier League as well. So and we don't always pick the big players.
No.
We do exactly what Ellis is saying.
Quality.
Yeah. We pick players that are ballers. We pick players that can play football, that can benefit the whole team, not just the one.
Yeah.
It's not in any interest of the one.
100%.
But we are in academy level.
But you've got a boy, right? And what's his aspiration?
My lad's a goalkeeper, and
often overlooked, by the way. Often overlooked. Yeah, they are.
All he wants to do is be a professional footballer. He's already adamant now. He's very good school academically. He can pretty much do, I think, what he wants to do outside of school. If he wants to be a mechanic, he probably could. But all he wants to do is be a footballer. And again, my main question, I'll ask you.
Yeah.
How does he make it?
$1 million question, mate. If I had the answer to that, every kid would make it, because I could sell it. I could sell the answer, right? I could sell the answer. But look, A, does he want it? does he really want it? Not just want it because he says he wants it, because you want him to want it. Does he really, really want it? Does his heart and soul go into it?
See, but my son as well, I don't get to watch him a lot because I'm coaching and he doesn't play quite at our level, so I don't get to watch him on a Saturday. So I do believe that he is actually playing for him. He's not playing for me.
Yeah.
He's not playing because I'm on the sideline.
Yeah.
He doesn't want my accolades.
Yeah.
He wants his own accolades. He wants to play for himself.
Yeah. And his next step, obviously, is to try and make the level that we coach at JPL, and then go from the academy from there. The only thing I'd say is how badly does he want it? That's the thing. What are his gaps in his game, and what is he going to do to get it? Why does he want the academy? Why is that his way of thinking? That's my only way in.
I don't know.
And if that is the only way in, is that not a problem? The only way into the top level.
It's very easy for me to say he wants it. He wants 100%. He wants everything. He is so dedicated. But that's also my views.
Yeah, as a parent. Yeah.
As a parent, I try not to be biased. I try not to be. I know his faults and I know his positives. But ultimately, it's up to him to go out and perform and do his own thing.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
I can't live in his shadow, and I don't want to live in his shadow. I don't mean that.
Well, the time
he lives in my shadow.
The times have changed. The times have changed. You drive now during a nice day, not freezing cold conditions. You drive across fields, not on a Sunday, not on a Saturday. No one's on there, mate. no one's on there doing anything. Do you know what I mean? No one's playing football. They're all playing on their phones, playing on the consoles, and that's why I believe we're not. I don't think we're close to winning a major tournament.
And do you think again, like
we get everything too easy.
Swapping it straight up and talking back to England. Excuse me.
Don't worry.
But do you think we're going to struggle as a nation?
I think
internationally now because
it's too easy.
Because of COVID, it's easy to play.
Do you know what? It's not,
COVID's easy to play.
COVID is easy to play, but that's a cop out. I don't think it's just COVID, right? If you think now, right, you go to school, everyone wins. Everyone wins participation. You win a prize for participating. No, you win because you won. You took part this season, so you get a medal. No, you get a medal because you won.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. No one can deal with losing now, and no one can deal with setbacks. That's why, at our level, we say to a player, unfortunately, mate, you're not quite at our level anymore. Go up to this level and work your way back up. I'm leaving the programme. I quit. I'm too good for that. Because they can't deal with the fact that they've got to now see people and say, oh yeah, he got moved down a group.
Well, I think that's the difference in the golf of players now. You have a section of players where they want to win. They want to win. And then you have a section of players that just want to compete.
Yeah, 100%.
And the difference between them is not small. It's massive.
Yeah, it is. It is
massive. The difference
really
between the ones that just
want to win everything.
Just want to win
everything.
Yeah, mate. I didn't play anything. It didn't matter, mate.
Mate, my missus loses the red at me.
If I was playing badminton, I'm winning. If I'm playing tiddlywinks,
yeah. Mate, I'm winning.
You know what I mean?
I'm playing Connect 4 against my 4-year-old boy, mate.
Yeah, mate.
I'm winning that game.
I'd never let Brendan win anything. Brendan's my son, but I'd never let him win anything.
And do you know what?
He only wins if he wins.
If he wins. Exactly, and that's the same as Emilio when it comes to snakes and ladders, which is very simple. It's a game of luck with the dice. But when he wins, oh mate, he lets me know he's won.
Yeah.
But I love it. Yeah. Be competitive, want to win everything.
And I know
but
a lot of
they've
parents,
got to learn to lose.
A lot of parents can look at us as a negative.
Yeah, they could.
We're doing things.
They've got to learn to win. They've got to learn to lose.
It's the only way you can develop a person sporting wise.
100%. 100%. If they
I don't think Brendan. I'd love him to play for England. Of course I would. I'd love him to play for any sort of Premier League. I'd love him to just make money out of it.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'd love him to just play football when he's older. You know, like I'd love him to just
stay involved,
just carry on and just keep involved. But the only way he's going to do that is pretty much by winning, because like, when you lose, it's hard.
Like the thing is, it's not just about winning that game. Then you, as an individual, are against thousands of people that want to do what you want to do.
Everyone wants to do it.
Everyone wants to do it. So who's going to be the winner? Who's going to be the leader? Who's going to go and win it? Who's going to go and take the initiative and say, I'm the man for this job? And that's the problem. And that's why you have people, the youth of today, that, and I know it because, you know, I work in an industry where you've got younger people don't turn up to work. You know, it's a bit of a hard shift, that is. I'm not doing that because they haven't done the graft, they haven't done the grit, they haven't worked hard enough and felt pain, felt suffering, and then rose above it to think, you know what, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Do you know what I mean? But that's just, it is what it is. And the only way we're going to change that.
2023. And
yeah.
That's 2023. And things have changed since the 80s.
Massively. But look, we can't put the world to right. We've just got to try and encourage our children, because that's who we are in control of at the moment. And your children, of course. Because that's who we're in control of at the moment.
I'm not controlling their children.
Well, not control. No, we're not controlling their children.
We're not controlling their children. We're just giving them a bit
you
of
control
advice.
your children. We'll control ours on how to be winners and lead. And that's where your captains are, and that's where you know your people that change the world and make a difference and become somebody, and not just become another brick in the wall, another statistic who may or may have not got COVID.
So the answer is academy, yes or no?
Depends on the age, Rob. I agree.
Oh, I thought I was going to get a straight answer.
No, it's not a yes or no answer. Would I want my child going into academy at 9, 10, 11? No, I would not. Takes the fun away, because the curriculum and stuff has changed over the years from when I was there. But they, you know, go around their friend's house.
What age would you put your son, your son, in an academy if you got picked?
Year 8 school.
Year 8 school. What age is that?
That's what, 13, 14? And the reason why is just simply because, right, you've come through primary school, you've got your academic foundations, no distractions really. You've gone into secondary school, you've got your group of friends, you've made your choices, because that's the hardest time. You've got to either, you know, try and be someone you're not. You've got to try and be the hero. You've got to mix with a new group of people. You've got to sack off your old friends and gain new ones. And then when you're at that point where I'm settled, they haven't started smoking, they haven't mixed with the wrong group, they've got a good head on their shoulders, yeah, you're ready to go and pursue
at
the
13.
right avenues, I believe.
At 13?
Yeah.
That's a big goal, because 13 is...
As in, to step into an academy.
13 for me is the age where you literally, you find out who you are.
You do.
You know,
and that's when I think you'll know.
But you're not sure who you are at 13. I know you find out who you are, but that's where you begin to develop who you are. Going into an academy at 13, if it goes wrong...
But that's another problem with the academy.
If it goes wrong, it goes wrong at 14, it goes wrong at 15, you know, your hormones are all over the place.
But that's another problem with academies, right? They look to absorb all the talent down low, at younger age groups. Really younger age groups. I mean, they've got pre-academy now for U8s and U7s. Mm-hmm. But what is that about, right? And all it is a title. It's just a title for parents. The kids don't care. It's a title for the parents to say, oh, my kid plays pre-academy with Cov City. No one cares, mate. No one cares because he's 7, right?
Right. Brendan cares, though. Brendan's not even in the academy.
But he cares that he's wearing that badge.
He wears that development badge and he loves it. He loves going to school and he wears that badge with pride.
But there was a guy, I did a level 2 talent ID course in the summer. And the fella that come down to deliver it, an FHU, he was from Preston and he worked at the Preston Academy. He said he focuses on kids 14 plus. Show them gems that no one's seen. That no one's seen at the Dog and Duck Rovers down the road. That
Cage football.
Yeah, the kids that are like, bloody hell, where's he been? Look at that diamond in the rough. Let's get him in, see if we can mix it with these boys in the academy. And that's what he focuses on. And I love that. I said 13 from a personal preference because I think you're in secondary school now, you're becoming a little man, you know, and now go and see what you can get out of it. But again, if the time came when he's 13, would I? It all depends on how things change and how things evolve. But am I for academies from a singular player perspective? No. I think they need to change their idea and create a team to then progress through the ranks. Yes, drop off, yes, add in, yes, drop off, yes, add in. But a core group will take.
Would you coach academy level? You've already got the athletes.
Yeah.
You can do it because you've already got the backup to do it.
I would.
But could you change anything?
Could I physically change how they work?
Could you change anything?
The only way I would ever manage to change it if I was ever an academy director, like a person who runs the head of academy, to change the mentality.
So you already you'd go in as an academy coach. You'd be forced to train a certain way.
You would have set.
You'd
phases,
be forced to coach the kids a certain way.
No. I don't think you'd be forced to coach the kids a certain way, but you will say, right, we're working on this, and this for the next 4 weeks. Bang. That's what you got to do. You can't do it based on performance.
But would you be told the player? That is the player.
Not necessarily. We'll have. I'm assuming we'll have. If I was an academy, I'm not. But if I was an academy, there'd be some sort of document to say this guy, this person is, the guy that he's come in.
You need to maybe concentrate a little bit more on.
I don't think they do I don't think they do it that specifically. I don't think they say you need to concentrate on coaching him. It's a team, but we're all working because we know this guy is the gem.
Okay.
And we put this kid on a 5-year plan and see where he ends up. So from my time at Leicester, mate, I think that boy was a lad called Sean, centre mid. Yay big, no, not tall. Absolutely unreal footballer.
Compared to you?
Oh mate, it was quality. No, he was quality. He was quality.
He was
our main guy.
Percentage better than you?
He was our main guy.
It was class.
If I was to put a player, if I was to put a player in our group that was going to make it, it'd be him, 100%. The person that went the furthest was Lee, a guy called Lee Tomlin. I think he currently plays for Cardiff. I could be wrong. He may have moved, but I think he's been at Peterborough, Cardiff, Middlesbrough. He's been around a bit, and he's the one that made it. Now, if I was to look at that on paper,
did he make it because of his out and out talent, or did he make it because he worked harder?
Technically, he was quality. But I think the reason why, if I'm honest, he hasn't hit this level is because physicality. He's not very fast.
Really,
he's not very fast.
Still now.
Yeah, he's not a quick player. He's not a quick player. He reminds me how he runs, or how he ran, of Sergio Busquets, runs on his heels. So how he got the furthest blew my mind. A lad called Joe, centre back, Joe Magunda, I remember his name. He made England under 16. When I tell you, he wasn't even getting a game, really. he was the French player that, it's just Joe. That's how he was perceived to everyone. And that's maybe come from the coaches, maybe just come from us as lads. But it's just Joe. And he made under 16 England. We're like, how? I remember watching him on telly, I was like, what is going on here?
Did they just work harder?
I don't know.
I heard a story about Callum Wilson. I know I'm throwing names out here, I'm sorry.
If your face fits.
But Callum Wilson's cough, so I'm going to throw his name out. Apparently he couldn't get in his school team.
Wow.
He couldn't get in the school team, and he worked hard. He used to go to Coombe Abbey.
Right.
And he used to run around Coombe Abbey. Coombe Abbey is a big, massive field, big, massive thing.
Park.
And he used to run.
He hasn't done running in a long time, this fella.
Yeah, I never ran in my life. But he used to run around there. And then his fitness levels changed. And I think with the Premier League, there's a lot of talent there. But I think predominantly it's fitness. They're like superhuman.
Yeah.
They're that fit. So you have to be that fit. Irrelevant of tactical ability, if you are superhuman, you've got even more of a chance.
Yeah, if you can run, you got an engine on you, you've got a chance. But that's probably where I'm different. Yes, I want to run, I want a fit person as a player, but I need you to play. I don't just go for the big kid who can bully people, because at some point you're going to not be able to. Now, can you play football? Have you got a brain?
Yeah, 100% for me, if you can't pass the ball, you can't play football.
Pointless.
You can run. But I think there's levels, isn't there?
There is levels to the game.
There is
100%.
levels.
Well, look, we've waffled on here for quite a long time about academy stuff.
I tried to cut it short earlier.
You did. You asked me one question and I said I don't know, and then we carried on.
Yeah.
But look, thank you for...
So Academies, yes or no?
Depends on the age.
Oh God, here we go.
Thank you for joining in. That was a real lengthy chat about academy football. Is your son being involved in an academy? What were your outtakes from it? Was the pressure too much? Did they come out if they were released, did they come out a weaker player? Did they bounce back? You know, we see loads of stories about these kids that struggle on the way out, but we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching.
Drop us a comment. Just
yeah.
click that comment button if you don't know what you're doing.
He's doing it again.
Click the comment button and then just type some stuff.
William, they're watching the video.
And underneath, it will drop underneath and we'll be
They
able to...
know how to write a comment.
My dad didn't.
Look, chin chin. Thanks.
Love you all.